I used to roll my eyes when people said that, you have to kill your old self in order to change. My body wasn't the problem. It was what I was eating. I'm training for the version of me who still wants to carry her groceries, climb a flight of stairs, and get up without help when she's 70. Consistency matters more than perfection. Hi everyone, my name is Mima. I used to be obese. I lost all of the weight through a combination of GLP-1 medication, a whole foods diet, and weightlifting. I now train as an endurance cyclist, and I have been off of GLP-1 medication. By the time that you watch this, it would probably be about 3 months now. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I hope everyone has had a relaxing, rejuvenating, re-energizing holiday season. I am really so sorry for the mess behind me. My husband and I are 2 days away from our big Christmas holiday trip to my home country of the Philippines, and it has been super manic with all of the packing and all of the prepping, especially because this is such a big and pretty long trip. We'll be gone for nearly 3 weeks. I am filming this way ahead of time before our trip, so by the time this is uploaded, we will still be on our vacation actually. But I had to make sure I had a video uploaded around this time because I just could not welcome the new year with you guys. Now, I know people generally like to use the how would we say it? Like newness of the new year to kind of, make steps to better their lives, change their lives, transform their lives. But it's important for me to emphasize and remind you guys that we don't need a new week, a new month, a new year to actually make the changes that we need to transform our lives. You can transform your life right here, right now. Like during this video, after this video, right now. In any moment, you can transform your life. For those of you who are new around here, I lost about 65 pounds from September of 2024 to October of 2025. And while I did do that with the help of a GLP-1 medication, I took the brand name Zepbound, or generic name tirzepatide. I also basically transformed my life during the time that I was on GLP-1 medication. I completely overhauled my diet from 70% ultra-processed food to now 80-20 primarily whole foods. I also started strength training religiously, and I can say that I look pretty damn good body composition wise. I just did an upper body workout today, so I will show off my guns. And I also became an endurance cyclist who is now training for her first race, Unbound Gravel 100 miles in Emporia, Kansas, around the end of May. In October of 2025, I accidentally took my last shot of GLP-1 medication, which I talk about in this video right here. And since then, I have been maintaining my 65-pound weight loss off of the medication. Now, I did say that when this video is uploaded, I will still be on my vacation, nearly 3 weeks in the Philippines and Singapore, which I think will make a very interesting 3 months off of the medication update, which I am planning to talk about in the video after this one. So if you are curious how I did on my 3-week-long vacation in the Philippines and Singapore off of GLP-1 medication, how I ate, if I gained weight, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Click on the notification bell so you don't miss that update video. All right, now back to the meat of this video. In the spirit of the new year, the newness of the new year, I wanted to talk about the 3 mindset shifts that became my foundation for my weight loss and health journey. These 3 mindset shifts are now basically my core beliefs that give me unapologetic confidence to know that I will not regain the weight that I have lost on this medication. Just 3 mindset shifts, 3 core beliefs, not 20 rules, not a 47-step routine, just 3. 3 simple but not easy. Make that note, the difference between simple and easy. 3 core beliefs that have completely changed my life for the better, even off of GLP-1 medication. A whole foods diet is what humans should be eating. Period, full stop. And I am not talking about being perfect or moral about food. I am saying that this is the operating system that our bodies are built for. So if I, as an endurance cyclist, want to feel my best, perform my best, look my best, I should eat the foods that make that best happen for me. At my heaviest weight of 185 pounds, and that is for my height, 5'3", classified as class 1 obese. My normal was 70% ultra processed food. Drive-through meals, snacks that came in bags, food that was calorically dense, but nutritionally, nothing was there. So it was inevitable for me to feel bloated, exhausted, and constantly hungry. And honestly, I thought this is just how my body is. But now I understand that my body wasn't the problem. It was what I was eating. So these days, my default is actually very, very simple. Most of what I eat existed in the real world before it hits my plate. I still eat the fun foods. I still eat dessert. I actually have a batter of chocolate chip cookies in my freezer that whenever I want to eat a cookie, I will just bake like a piece of cookie. But those things are accents. They're no longer the foundation for my diet. They are the sprinkles on top of a very, very healthy, satiating, and nutritionally dense cake. In terms of this, the mindset shift that happened for me was that I no longer frame this as I'm on a diet, I'm being good, I'm following the rules of my diet, but rather I frame it as this 80-20 whole foods diet is what a human body runs best on. So when I think of it that way, I am not having a moral debate between myself, between good foods and bad foods. Every time I open the fridge, every time I am hungry and need something to eat. I am not asking myself when I'm looking in that fridge, do I deserve this? Is this food good? Is this food bad? I just simply ask myself, is this the kind of fuel that is going to help my body do what I am asking it to do? What GLP-1 has invaluably gave me was that it quieted the noise in my brain long enough for me to educate myself on nutrition, to build better nutrition and eating habits. But now that I'm no longer taking the medication, it is this belief that is keeping those good habits sustainable and firmly in place. Because I very much know that if I go back to eating the way that I did at my heaviest, I will go back to that constantly exhausted, constantly hungry, constantly bloated body. I am not being dramatic here. That's just simply cause and effect. So I choose the whole foods baseline, not because I am chasing perfection. Absolutely not. That's why we call it 80-20 whole foods diet, but because I finally respect what my body was actually designed to run on. So when I say fitness is forever, I mean that I personally am done treating fitness and exercise as a short-term project. I am no longer working out to hit a goal weight or to look a certain way, although like I said, I do like the way that my body looks right now. What I'm doing instead is that I'm training for the version of me who still wants to carry her groceries, climb a flight of stairs, and get up without help when she's 70. Strength training, cycling, hitting 12K steps a day, all of that is about staying independent in old age, not just about shrinking my body as it is right now. GLP-1 was so helpful in giving me the cognitive space so that I finally had the bandwidth to build a consistent fitness routine. But the deeper and more critical shift is that movement is no longer optional for the life that I want. It is a permanent part of it. And shifting into that mindset changed everything. I stopped seeing workouts as a punishment for that cake I ate, that cookie I ate, and started seeing them instead as deposits for my independence fund. Building muscle is what's going to protect my joints, my bones, my metabolism, and cycling is what's going to protect my heart, my lungs, and my ability to keep up with life. That means consistency matters more than perfection. Some seasons it may look like longer lifting sessions or walks in the cold. Other seasons it may look like longer rides but shorter and heavier lifting sessions. But the through line is this: I am a person who trains. And honestly, once fitness became part of my identity, maintenance became less of a mystery. If I am regularly lifting, moving my body, challenging my body, it has a reason to stay strong and capable with or without the GLP-1 medication. The scale might fluctuate, life will throw curveballs, I will birth an entire human being. But going back to sedentary isn't on the menu anymore. Never again. Recovery is not just taking a random day off from the gym. Recovery for me specifically starts with one thing, and that is good sleep. Because good sleep gives my body the conditions it needs to repair, grow, and function. I don't know about you guys, but I actually notice immediately when I don't sleep well. My hunger cues are louder, my cravings are stronger, my workouts feel so much heavier, and my mood and my willpower, they are like down in the dumps. And these are the days when it's really, really easy to tell myself that I'm unmotivated or I'm lazy, but actually a lot of the time, like, it's not a mindset problem for me. It's the fact that I didn't sleep very well. Sleep is where the body does the real and hard work of changing. And everything that I do fitness-wise comes together in a full circle. Lifting is how I ask my muscles to grow. Sleep is where they actually rebuild. Cycling is how I challenge and improve my heart, and sleep is where my nervous system calms down and recovers. And if I want a stable blood sugar, decent hormones, and a metabolism that isn't constantly stressed out, I cannot live on 4 or 5 hours of broken, blue light-filled sleep. So when I talk about good sleep hygiene, I am talking about treating things like having a consistent bedtime, a good wind down routine, and a no screen rule as part of my training plan and not just like random wellness extras. And framing it that way makes the choice a lot clearer and a lot easier for me. Staying up for one more episode or doom scrolling isn't free. It is stealing from tomorrow's lifts, tomorrow's appetite cues, and tomorrow's mood. Protecting my sleep is how I protect the body that I've worked so hard to build with or without GLP-1 medication. What you're eating and your fitness routine gets so much attention when we're talking about weight loss, but recovery is the glue that holds all of these habits together. And for me, the foundation of recovery is really, really simple. Go to bed early and let my body do its job. Honestly, guys, I used to roll my eyes when people said that, you have to kill your old self in order to change. I really thought, my God, it cannot be that dramatic. But, looking back, that's actually exactly what I did. And not really in like a self-destructive way, in the sense that I had to let my old defaults die, basically. That version of me that thought that fast food every day, every other day was normal, or movement was optional, and, that sleep was negotiable. That version of me could absolutely not come to where I was trying to go. And don't get me wrong, that version of me, she wasn't a bad person. She was just running on an operating system that guaranteed that I'd stay exhausted, anxious, stressed, constantly exhausted, and basically stuck. And that is where the discipline came in. Discipline is not white knuckling every bite or like earning my worth in the number of workouts I was doing. Discipline for me now is quietly choosing my new identity over my old patterns over and over again, every day of the week, every month, every hour, every minute, just over and over and over again. Discipline to me now is building a life where whole foods is my baseline, it's my foundation. Lifelong fitness, real recovery through good sleep, these things are just like how I live now. Even on the days where I don't feel like it, this is just how I live now. Old me, I think, waited too long, too hard for motivation, but new me has routines. New me has systems. Old me let weekends, holidays, birthdays, special occasions, stressful times at work, blow everything up and think, I'll start again on Monday, I'll start again on Monday, I'll start again in the next month, I'll start again in the new year. But the new me now, the person that I am today, expects life to be messy and to be stressful. My job hasn't changed since I lost 65 pounds, but now I have guardrails. I have movement minimums. I have easy meals. I have non-food coping tools. So killing my old self really meant grieving that version of me with compassion, but also refusing to keep acting like her. It meant that accepting the fact that I cannot keep the results I have now with the behaviors that built my heaviest body. Discipline is how I honor that truth without making it a moral drama. It's really how I show future me and also one day my future kid that, change is real, especially when you're willing to let old habits die and build a new, stronger identity in its place. These mindset shifts about food, fitness, recovery, sleep, these are the what. And discipline is the how. I live them out for the rest of my life. GLP-1 medication was such an incredible tool. It made all of this possible for me, but it's these 3 mindset shifts that are going to keep me strong, keep me healthy and independent now that I am off of the medication. I know this sounds like a lot and may sound like really dramatic, but I am genuinely in awe at how far I've come and how much better my life is right now. As we head into the new year, I want you guys to know that this is possible for you too. If you're watching this and you're on GLP-1s, tapering off, thinking of starting, I hope this gives you some ideas, inspiration for what to build underneath the medication. If this was helpful for you, please do all of the typical YouTube things for me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who you think needs it. And I would very, very much love to hear from you in the comments. What is the one mindset that you need to let go of? And what is one identity that you want to step into in this new year? Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me today. And also thank you so much for caring about future you. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, happy riding.